Lesson 49, Hopitals.
Admit. Admit.
The injured patient was admitted to the unit directly from the emergency room.
Authorize. Authorize.
We cannot share the test results with you until we have been authorized to do so by your doctor.
Designate or designate.
The labels on the bags designated the type of blood they contained.
Escort. Escort.
You cannot leave the unit on your own, you'll have to wait for an escort.
Identify. Identify.
The tiny bracelets identified each baby in the nursery.
Mission. Mission.
The nurse explained that the mission of everyone in the unit was to make sure the patients got well as soon as possible.
Permit. Permit.
Smoking is not permitted anywhere inside the hospital.
Pertinent. Pertinent.
You should mention any pertinent health issues to the staff before you are admitted for surgery.
Procedure. Procedure.
Call the hospital to schedule this procedure for tomorrow.
Result. Result.
The scientific results prove that the new procedure is not significantly safer than the traditional one.
Statement. Statement.
The billing statement was filed with the insurance company last month.
Usually. Usually.
The insurance company does not usually pay for procedures that are considered elective or optional. Word families, admit. The patients lined the hospital corridors waiting to be admitted, admittance. Your admittance to the hospital is dependent on your showing proof that you can pay the bills, admission. Take these records down to admissions and have them duplicate the files for you. Authorize. Your doctor has to authorize these tests before we can proceed with them, authority. Before major surgery, it is a good idea to give decision-making authority to a close relative in case something happens to you, authorization. The nurse could not submit an authorization over the phone, it had to be done in writing. Designate. The hospital administrator designated a team to create an emergency preparedness plan, designation. The designation of the hospital as one of the best in the region certainly helped its marketing efforts, designator. The National Health Service is the sole designator of which hospitals will get the grants. Identify. If you will identify your valuables, the nurse will give them back to you, identification. Please remember to bring some form of identification with you when you check in at the hospital, identifiable. The red cross on the hospital's helicopter landing pad was identifiable from the air. Permit. I can't permit more than one visitor at a time in the intensive care unit, permission. Muhammad got his insurance company's permission to stay another day in the hospital, permissible. It is not permissible to smoke inside the hospital. Usual. It is usual for health insurance companies to require patients to make copayments for hospital stays, unusual. Because of her unusual condition, Martha's doctor sent her to a specialist for treatment, usually. These days, patients usually stay in the hospital for only a few days at a time. Word practice, Part 1, Words in context. Read the following passage and write the words in the blanks below: admitting, escort, permitted, results, authorization, identification, pertinent, statement, designated, mission, procedures, usually. Hospitals have to provide patients with high-quality medical care. Everyone on staff will make sure that you get the best possible treatment for your condition. When you arrive at the hospital, you should have with you all the information needed to be admitted, like your insurance information and copies of x-rays and other tests, even if they were taken at another facility. Bring your insurance card and any referral or form from your doctor. You should also have some form with a photo. You will also need to sign an agreement regarding treatment consent. Once you arrive, there is usually a concierge who will assist you with the process. Many elective surgeries and other are done on the same day. Usually a hospital staff member will you to the exit and make sure you get into the car safely. After you leave the hospital, you will receive from the hospital for the charges your insurer does not cover. Your insurance policy will outline any amount for which you may be responsible. You will find that smoking is not in any hospital building. Often, hospitals have smoking areas outside for patients, families, and staff who wish to smoke. Part 2. Incomplete sentences. Choose the word that best completes the sentence. 1. Before my father was to the hospital, he had to undergo a series of tests: A. Admit, B. Admitted, C. Admittance, D. Admissions. 2. Will your insurance company a visit to a specialist? A. Authorize, B. Authorization, C. Authority, D. Authorizing. 3. As a precaution, it's wise to someone in your family to make healthcare decisions for you in case there is a time that you cannot. A. Designation, B. Designate, C. Designator, D. Designated. 4. Your x-rays will have your name and social security number printed on them, so we can easily them as yours. A. Identifiably, B. Identification, C. Identifiable, D. Identify. 5. Before we can begin the surgery, we will need your signed, authorizing us to perform the procedure. A. Permit, B. Permissive, C. Permission, D. Permissible. 6. Is it for a doctor to order so many tests? A. Usual, B. Usually, C. Unusually, D. Used. Part 3. Text completion. Choose the word or phrase that best completes the sentence. City Hospital, admissions procedures. When you arrive, check in with the nurse on duty at the front desk. All patients must have signed from a doctor before entering the hospital. Please give the signed form to the nurse. The nurse will also need to see a form of identification and proof of insurance. We cannot anyone to the hospital without these. There will be no exceptions. The nurse will complete the pertinent paperwork and assign you to a room. Please wait in the designated area. A hospital staff member, you to your room. Family members are not permitted to accompany patients to their rooms. They must wait until the usual visiting hours to see their loved ones. A schedule of visiting hours is posted in the main lobby. 1. A. Author, B. Authorize, C. Authority, D. Authorization. 2. A. Submit, B. Admit, C. Remit, D. Omit. 3. A. Escorts, B. Will escort, C. Is escorting, D. Has escorted. Part 4. Reading Comprehension. Questions 1 to 5 refer to the following 2 email messages. 2. Annabelle Pope, from Henry Rice. Subject: Surgery. Hi Annabelle, I was wondering if you could help me out with something. My doctor has recommended that I get knee replacement surgery. I am trying to identify the best hospital for this sort of procedure. My doctor says she usually recommends City Hospital, but I have heard that Upstate Hospital specializes in this kind of surgery. You had a similar procedure last year, didn't you? I think you broke your knee, or was it your elbow? Which hospital did you go to? Were you satisfied with the results of your treatment, and were you well cared for by the staff? I would appreciate the benefit of your advice. I need to make a decision soon since my doctor thinks this should be done before another month goes by. Thanks, Henry. 2. Henry Rice. From Annabelle Pope, subject, surgery. Hi Henry, I am sorry you need surgery, but I am sure you will feel it is worth it. I had my procedure done at Upstate Hospital, and I would recommend that place to anyone. The procedure I had was similar to yours, except it was my hip, not my knee. My surgeon was excellent, and I received good care from all the staff. The mission of the hospital is to provide the highest level of care possible, and the entire staff works hard to fulfill that mission. I was originally told that I would need to be in the hospital for a week, but when it became clear that I wouldn't be recovered enough by that time, the doctor didn't hesitate to keep me there for an extra 3 days. They wouldn't permit me to go home until they were sure I was ready. I really think Upstate is the best hospital for your surgery. Let me know when it is scheduled, and I will visit you there, Annabelle. 1. What does Henry ask Annabelle to do? A. Recommend a hospital. B. Perform surgery. C. Visit him in the hospital. D. Talk to his doctor. 2. Why was Annabelle in the hospital last year? A. For a broken knee. B. For a broken elbow. C. For a hip replacement. D. For a knee replacement. 3. How long was Annabelle in the hospital? A. 3 days. B. A week. C. 10 days. D. A month. 4. The word results in the first email, line 9, is closest in meaning to A. Outcome. B. Process. C. Nature. D. Price. 5. The word mission in the second email, line 7, is closest in meaning to A. Rule. B. Goal. C. Demand. D. Requirement.